The 3WideRacing League YNZR Graphics Unreal Tour continues tonight from Rockingham Speedway. Originally scheduled to be Knoxville, which has been moved to the next round, we head to Rockingham Speedway right alongside the Race Kings Cup Series, which will race tomorrow night at 9:40 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hello, welcome to Sim TV. My name is Kyle Heyer, joined tonight by Finian Dacuna. 3 races left in the championship, Finian. Not much of a contest at the front of the points right now. Matt Gruenberg dominating over the 15 of Chad Frankenfield, who has not made it here tonight. So really, we're just here enjoying some racing. I don't think the chase, the playoff picture is really that important tonight. Everyone's just going to enjoy a fun racetrack, and this racetrack is fun. This is one of my favorite places to go to on any oval track schedule. I think we're just here for some fun tonight and watch some incredible racing.
Yeah, and here with the truck series, which used to come here until a few years ago, unfortunately. Hopefully, though, it might be back on the schedule with the next revamp for the schedule.
I got my fingers crossed for the return to the schedule for Rockingham Speedway tonight. Track conditions are going to be fun, 73 degrees, 65 in the air. That means that it's going to be grippy and fast and multi-groove tonight, Finian. Low side, high side. I've heard this setup described as sketchy. I've experienced that myself when I took the truck out for the thumbnail tonight. So looking forward to this 150-lap race. It should be relatively short as well. So this is going to be an entertaining round tonight. So I guess we're ready to get up in grid. Let's take a quick look at our qualifying order. The drivers that only 8 of them actually qualified. You got about almost 20 trucks in the field. But Sweeting, Zielinski, and Closer top 3. Of course, we don't have the second place driver in the points here this evening. So basically, Matt Gruenberg is, as long as he doesn't crash out the next 3 races, he's totally fine.
Yeah, and the next guy in third in the points is Ausin Darbyshire. He's 41 points behind Gruenberg, so it's going to be it's a really big margin to make up in 3 rounds, but I mean, you never know what can happen. So it's within the realm of possibility that he can. However, if Gruenberg gets solid finishes, and we know he gets solid finishes like he usually does, he'll be the one walking out with the trophy.
Drivers in blue on the ticker tonight will be the drivers in the playoffs. Again, it's not super close in the playoffs right now, so we're not going to focus on that battle. We're just going to watch the race tonight and enjoy it. Last round at Coda, relatively low driver count, but still an entertaining race at the front of the field. But now we're going to head down to the grid for this race tonight. Expectations, anybody got your eye on? Obviously the 54 is going to be good, but is there anybody else that could sneak in here and steal a victory?
I'm just kind of looking through the grid right now up towards the front. Dave Hunt with a fairly solid qualifying effort. We'll see Levi Zielinski, Chuck Sweeting, 25 at Justin Cove. Those guys looking fairly strong.
This is the guy that I'm watching. This 25 at Justin Cove has been awful good in both series this year in general. He's improved a lot. It wasn't really a name to talk about a whole lot last year. This year, he's been up there and in the fight. So we'll see how he does. Drivers with the blue spoilers and blue splitters, those are the playoff drivers. There is Sam Close, the number 5, one of the 3WideRacing cars. And of course, the ever-present 26 of Chuck Sweeting literally runs every series, every oval series at least, that is aired on the Sim TV network. He's going to start up on the front row tonight, right alongside Levi Zielinski, who has probably had the worst luck of any person this season, but trying to turn it around each and every week in that 6.
He's starting on the outside of row number 1 in second, so best of luck to him tonight. Let's see if he can turn it around.
All right, 150 laps on the board tonight. Rockingham Speedway, a challenging track, high bank, it's short, it's extremely bumpy. I mean, what are the keys to this track? We've seen some cup cars race here. I don't think we've ever watched a truck race at this track, so there's some unknowns going into tonight.
Yeah, there definitely are a few unknowns, well, especially considering how big the banking is. It's almost deceiving how much this track is banked, and especially how bumpy it is, even though it's fairly newly paved, or at least paved over.
Of course, affectionately named The Rock, was on the NASCAR schedule up until the mid-2000s, was taken off and replaced by an SMI track, along with Nashville. I think Memphis also bit the dust a couple years after that. So one of the great racetracks in NASCAR that was gone and forgotten for a couple years, but it's hopefully resurging. It's even got a road course in the center, which is not very good, but it's fun.
Unlike a lot of the other tracks like North Wilkesboro and the like that have kind of bit the dust over the last few years, Rockingham is still in
okay condition.
Yeah, it's in fairly good condition, compared to those tracks, as in they can definitely come back there and bring the track back to life. So hopefully that is the case. Again, like you said earlier, fingers crossed.
Fans are packed in the stands tonight. The YNZR Graphics Unreal Tour, only a couple rounds left. Knoxville and Homestead. That's it for the 2019 season. After starting up in April, we come down to the last 3 races. And I like this schedule change. We removed 5 flags, moved Knoxville that spot, and put Rockingham in the place of Knoxville. And so I like this schedule change. I think it was good. I think drivers will enjoy this tonight. 18 drivers on the grid, ready to go racing. 150 laps on the board. It'll be about a 58-minute race if it goes green to the end. Rough and tumble trucking from Rockingham Speedway. Green flag flies, racing at the Rock.
Zielinski, though, spinning his tires a little bit on the start, lost some position to Sweeting, and also here comes Sam Close with the inside for second place. And Zielinski already back to third by turn 1.
Everyone trying to get in line, feel out the cars in the setup. This is a challenging truck to drive. There's Johnny Thomas, that bright orange 81. Victorious in Talladega a couple weeks ago. Now sits inside the top 5 early here at Rockingham. 1 lap complete. That's how fast they tick on through right now. Chuck Sweeting a half a second up the road. There's the 38 of Robert Hill Jr., winner from Watkins Glen early in the season. And trying to get another one here tonight, Dave Hunt in the 53. You mentioned his good qualifying effort inside the top 10 right now.
Trying to hold on Matt Gruenberg on the inside, following in behind Robert Hill in the 38 up ahead. Gruenberg going to get past the 53 of Dave Hunt.
Nothing for the 54 to lose tonight. All he's going to have to do is enjoy himself. He's got a great points lead. The 15's not racing tonight, so Matt Gruenberg just going to have fun racing, which I don't know if he's had a lot of fun racing this year, but he's had to pay attention at least a little bit. Not right now, though. I think he'll just have a good time. For second place, Sam Cloves, Levi Zielinski.
Yeah, these guys starting to battle. However, Chuck Sweeting out in front is pulling away from these guys and building up an early lead.
I have a sneaking suspicion that Chuck Sweeting has done quite a bit of practice for this event. He's looking really solid right now. Car up the racetrack in turn 2. But Johnny Thomas and Justin Kolb now fighting for 4th off into turn 3. And Kolb experimenting with the high side of the racetrack. Multi-groove action. This place is known for kind of being the best of both worlds when it comes to bottom versus top. I think the top might be preferred later in the run, but for now, the bottom is a good place to be, and that's where most drivers are at the moment. Robert Hill Jr.'s got Tate Lytle tucked in behind him. There's Dave Hunt, Kevin Finn, and Lytle's going to pop out a line to the inside.
Lytle throwing it in there to the inside. Didn't have a lot of practice at 56 going into tonight, but definitely not slowing him down. He said this is one of his worst tracks, but not looking like it at the moment.
Oh, almost in contact off into the corner. The 56 and 38 door-to-door through turns 1 and 2.
They're still going at it. No driver backing down. And they're still going at it side by side down the back straightaway. Lytle going to try to chuck it in there. It's going to barely get clear of that 38.
Right behind Jeffrey Fisher in the 42. Hunting down this pack of cars. This is such a fun racetrack to drive. The drivers love it here. And you see that right now as everyone enjoys himself. Middle, high, low, everyone's experimenting right now to try to find speed.
And again, there's a lot of room to experiment. It's really cold out there. That means you can use more lanes on the track. You can see some drivers trying to experiment middle, low, and high.
Matt Gruenberg right now working over Johnny Thomas and Justin Kolb. Kolb is on through into 4th place.
This is a big battle here as Thomas is trying to pick which lane he wants to go with. I imagine you want to fall in behind Gruenberg. But Gruenberg will pull him back in behind Justin Kolb.
Yes, actually, the 54 is an interesting story tonight. As he came in, he actually made a mistake. And he actually picked, if you look at the side of the car, the wrong number on the 54, because he joined in the wrong truck. He joined in a Tundra instead of a Silverado tonight. So again, that number, the wrong font this evening. Up to 4th, though. Good climb forward. Chuck Sweeting a 1.7 second lead right now. Kolb, Thomas, Lytle, Fisher. Back in the background, we got a pretty good battle up outside the top 10. That's Kevin Finn, Cogswell, Caple, and Hinds all together.
Starting to see this get a little bit single file here at the moment, at least in the back of the pack. They're trying to feel the trucks.
Car in the fence. Is that Ausin Darbyshire in the 66? Yeah. 3rd in the points coming into the night. But it's going to be really challenging to gain on the 54 Gruenberg. I mean, that 54 has been the car to beat all year long in both series. You'd argue the 15 on the Cup side, but 66, I don't know if he's got the pace to win the series, but a top 3 in points would be pretty good.
Now you see the 12 of Cody McCorkle are working on the outside of Darbyshire. Can't really get anything done, though.
Corkle down a lap early, got a late start, joined the server late. Levi Zielinski back into second around Sam Close, but it's all happening 1.8 seconds behind this guy right here, Chuck Sweeting. And, you know, I think he's visited Victory Lane a couple times on SimTV, but not lately.
Yeah,
and he runs so many races, and he's been so close so many times, he's due.
Yeah, and I was actually trying to pull this stuff up. His last win was in the Cup Series and in April. Has not won in the Truck Series since last year at Charlotte, I believe it was. Let me try to find it.
Also, I love this number. I love this paint scheme. I love everything about this truck. This is one of the best looking trucks. Look at the number. The blue and green gradient on the side of this thing. Just such a good looking color combination.
Yeah, so hasn't visited Victory Lane in the Truck Series since June of 2018. So it's been a while for Chuck Sweeting in the Truck Series. Hopefully he can get it done tonight. He's got a 2-second lead over his Levi Zielinski. However, that 54 Matt Gruenberg lurking in the background.
Cogswell under attack right now from Kevin Finn in the 14. They're going to be side by side off into turn 3. And this racetrack in the past, Fuel came here last season, and it was a challenging racetrack over the course of the long run. People would get really aggressive and make crazy moves. They'd dive underneath, they'd swing up the outside, but there was a lot of accidents as well.
Speaking of aggressive, look at the nose of Kevin Finn. That 14, he's been into someone. Don't know who it is, but he's got some pretty good damage to that nose of that car.
On the right front especially. Maybe got in the wall.
Yeah.
Running nose to tail. Cogswell down to 12th. Here comes the 9 of Rusty Caple. There's Corey Lindsay in the 00. But there's a big group of cars back here. And I think it tells me that some of these guys probably didn't practice a whole lot. This is a late schedule change. I didn't even know about it until the other day because I don't pay attention to the iRacing PMs. But Chuck Sweeting seems like he's in his element right now. Zielinski's not running too bad either. But Matt Gruenberg has just gotten around Sam Close for 3rd and running comparative lap times to the leader. Bulb and Tate Lytle nose to tail now. That's a spoiler.
It really is, but I'm impressed with Lytle because he said didn't have a lot of practice going into tonight, and this is one of his worst tracks, and competing up, getting ready to pass for 5th.
Well, Tate Lytle's really talented. And
yeah.
He's humble, so he probably won't tell you that. But,
lot of smoke.
Looked like the 21 blue motor. That would have been... Oh, he's in the fence out of turn 2. A mistake for the 25. That's going to let the 56 on through. It's got power. I don't know what that cloud of smoke was, but wasn't good for Cole.
Yeah, it was there before. I don't know who it could have been from. Maybe someone glitched out internet-wise.
Could have been. Race Clark to the inside of Richard Hinds on the front straight.
Make a move to the inside now of Richard Hinds. Hinds up there in the groove, trying to slot himself in before Corey Lindsay can get to his inside, but too late.
I just love watching cars go around this racetrack. Such a dynamic surface. I mean, it's bumpy. It lets you slide around. The banking is steep enough that it can catch you if you slide up. So you don't see tracks this short bank this high other than really Bristol.
That's what I was saying. It's deceivingly bent. I didn't realize when I first came here how steep the banking was. I didn't really see a lot of stuff at Rockingham because that was pretty much past when I got into NASCAR.
It's kind of like if Richmond, Atlanta, and Bristol had a baby.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a strange combination of corners, banking, and straightaway, but it is a great racetrack. Wish we could go here in the Cup Series soon, but for second place, Zielinski slides off turn 2, and Gruenberg closes in.
Zielinski's been in the wall just a little bit. You can see some scuff.
Oh, he's on the apron out of turn 4.
Yeah, here comes Gruenberg, going to take advantage of the slow speed of the 6 to the inside. He will go battle for second place.
Gruenberg's in the 23s right now at 23.9.
Oh, Zielinski throwing it in there hard. He's going to slide.
Slides up the racetrack.
That's what you're talking about. You can let the banking catch you. Zielinski definitely let it catch him.
There's a look at that. Slides sideways up the racetrack. What a move there by the 54. Up into second. He's the only car inside the 23 second mark right now at 23.980. Cogswell and Race Clark nose to tail in turn 3 and 4.
Here comes Sharp with a big run on the 27.
It's been a very entertaining race so far. 3 to the inside of the 27. He'll get on through. Tire wear certainly going to be a factor tonight. We're 23 laps in. We've dropped off 0.8 of a second in pace from the start of the event.
That's not too terribly surprising. I think the banking putting a lot of work through these tires. At least the speed these guys are carrying, putting a lot of work through the tires.
Good battles here on back. Cogswell in 13th. Corey Lindsay. Caple, Hinds, Darbyshire, and McCorkle. McCorkle wants a caution. He wants to get his free pass and get back in contention to compete for spots, but just tacked on to the end of the lead, or the lead lap cars for now, but he's still got to get his lap back. Fisher and Thomas side by side. Johnny Thomas is not having a very good start to this race. Dropping down.
He's been consistently dropping down the order. Here comes the 42. Fisher to his inside. He's even got Dave Hunt, who that's closing him in.
Crossover. Can't do it. Dave Hunt having a solid run so far tonight.
Trying to make a pass now for 8th place in that 53.
Johnny Thomas trying to build a run on the front straight. Going to take a look down to the inside. And again, I'm really curious to see how the line changes over the course of the race. Will the high side or the low side be the place? Whoa! Oh, I don't know if there was net code or something there, but the 42 up the racetrack. And Johnny Thomas is going to back off. He's going to give the spot back. I think he thinks he caused that, but I'm not so sure.
It looked like it was netcode, but also didn't really look like it was netcode as well. But the way Fisher's truck,
it looked like he got hit. I just don't know if the 81 actually hit him. Yeah, he wasn't even close.
I think Fisher was just trying to.
But he felt bad either way.
I think Fisher just overcorrected, but it almost did look like a wreck. But Johnny Thomas being a nice guy, giving the spot back, defending truck champion in the 81.
Yeah, it really hasn't. I don't think he's. He won Talladega this year, but has he run trucks full time?
This season?
Yeah. I don't think he has. Has he? It's so hard to keep things straight between Cup and truck.
He's got a blue.
Oh, he's in the playoffs. I guess that. Yeah. I'm not thinking tonight. We just did a 2.5 hour stream for the My Laps Indy Elite Series. My head's not quite in this. How about Robert Hill Jr. taking a look at Jeffrey Fisher?
Yeah, he's gonna easily go to the inside. Fisher not gonna put on much for a fight. At least going to the corner. We'll see if the 42 can try to get a run back on. Robert Hill doesn't look like he can. I see Chuck Sweeting dropping out.
Oh no! Why does this always happen to him? Chuck Sweeting, internet gone. I think. Let me just check.
He's back.
He's back. Okay, we're good. I don't trust it. I don't trust it one bit.
Because that was happened to I think it was Goat also in the last race too.
Just about an hour ago, almost lost connection in the middle of the race, but Sweeting hangs on. But I don't think for too much longer, because cue the Jaws music. The 54 is closing in.
He's catching me at a very, very fast rate. Much faster than Sweeting's going at the moment. Gap down to a second now.
Let me tell you something. Fifth of this race is already over. Lap 31 of 150. It's flying by. Green flag laps every lap so far. And Sweeting's led every single one, but this 54 is closing by a 10th a lap. Robert Hill Jr. and Jeffrey Fisher, these guys I don't think are quite done with each other yet. This racetrack leads to a lot of comers and goers as people beat up their equipment and their tires.
This track really does favor those who are conservative with their tires, because you can really burn them up quickly, especially considering the banking. So, yeah, like you said, at least a lot of comers and goers. You see Fisher riding that yellow line, almost hooking the apron. Pretty much what Zielinski was doing too.
Yeah, Zielinski was trying to hook that apron to gain time. Didn't really work out as he slipped on it, and that's what let the 54 get on.
I think it's really just due to the fact that that line is not perfectly.
It's not perfectly curved.
Yeah,
it's got some irregularities to it.
Especially in 24, we're going to go on board with the 42 really quick here. So he kind of goes in, kind of retreats there for a little bit.
It's so bumpy. We're on more the gyro cam here. I don't know if we'll really get a true sense of how bumpy it is, but we'll try.
You go into the corner. Yeah, you can see the. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, it works. You know what's interesting about this track is a lot of the bumps are side to side. A lot of bumps, a lot of bumpy racetracks are lateral bumps, so that when you go over them, the gyro cam really doesn't capture it. But here, they're on a different axis, so you really get that feeling of the bumps through the corner on the gyro cam. That's a cool shot there.
I was kind of surprised at how bumpy this place is, because I think was it because when they repaved it, they just paved over.
I mean, it's like a lazy highway worker job. They just pave right over all the. I mean, hey, it makes it more fun. I'm all for it. Fisher under attack now from Kevin Finn. This is a battle for 9th place on the racetrack. And that damage doesn't seem to be hindering the 14 a whole lot.
Up for the lead, though. It's definitely getting close. 4/10 of a second.
I'm keeping an eye on that, but I'm also keeping an eye on Finn and Fisher, because Finn dove into turn 1. Almost got in the back of the 42.
He's right up behind him here. We'll see if he makes an attempt to turn 3. He's going to have a look here. Dive to the inside for the 14.
Side by side. This is for 9th place.
Oh, he's going to get a run here and just going to clear the 42.
Good job there. For the lead now, Chuck Sweeting, Matt Gruenberg.
Yeah, Gruenberg is there. Can Sweeting do anything, though? I don't think he can. Gruenberg's last lap was 0.3 of a second quick. You can see the amount of speed that people are off corner compared to the 26. There's no comparison.
Yeah, I think Sweeting might just let the 54 on through. Rolls up high on the racetrack, will diamond the exit, but Matt Gruenberg back to the lead. He doesn't need to win this race, far from it. He just needs to show up, and he's leading the race, trying to win the thing.
I was gonna say, I don't think he's gonna definitely take it easy. He's definitely gonna try to.
He's back.
No? He's back.
Levi Zielinski in third, 3.2 seconds back from this fight.
Yeah, lead being the cursed spot for internet connection, apparently.
And meanwhile, as Matt Gruenberg leads, look up the racetrack. That's Jonathan Coxwell.
That's a lot of lap traffic up ahead.
Yeah, well, again.
That's, I think, 18th through 10th right ahead of them.
Yeah, there's a lot of cars in this group, but Cogswell's going to be the first to go. And he's struggling right now. Started in 15th, has done nothing but drop since then. And he's got Cody McCorkle behind him in scoring, but ahead of him on the racetrack.
And this is the interesting thing. Only the top 6 drivers are within half a lap of the leaders. Including the leader himself. Everyone else is over half a lap behind. So big disparity in pace here.
I'm just going to say it. This 54 car looks better as a Tundra. I like the scheme and number better. Sorry, Matt, but
mid-season change, late-season change.
I just this scheme is just really good looking.
It also doesn't. Oh, you can also use some more Toyotas in the good, especially in the Cup Series.
Yeah, I don't even know. Do I even have them? Oh, I do. Except they're Fords.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I can't believe I never fixed this.
Yeah.
Man, this just shows you.
Ford wishes they had that kind of representation.
Well, so here's my excuse. I was telling Finian before we started the race that we've done a bunch of graphical refreshes in 2019, bit by bit. And usually what I'll do is I'll work on one, and the one I'm working on right now is the Outsider Racing League one. And over the course of the season, as I finish features, I'll push out that update to the rest of the tickers. The problem is that 3Wide, their ticker, because we use custom numbers, is significantly different than everybody else's. So it's harder to update this one and keep it updated. So if I notice something, it typically doesn't get fixed for too long. I'm sorry, but I can't keep up all the time, and this one's got a lot of issues. But
yeah, if you can pull that back up, just to kind of show, obviously, not the correct manufacturer, but still a lot of Chevys.
A lot of Chevys.
And that's including the fact that
a lot of blue bow ties.
Yeah, and that's including the fact that Gruenberg is in a Toyota. Otherwise, it would have been maybe 4 Toyotas in the field.
Yeah. So again, there's a lot of issues with this sticker, but it's too close to the end of the season to bother fixing it. So next season, I'm not sure what 3Wide's got planned for 2020. I hear that there's some things in the works.
Yeah, they're changing up some stuff for next season.
But I do know that they're going to have an awesome new ticker because we got some cool features. I know that Outsiders has been generally pretty receptive of the new stuff, and if you're curious as to what those new graphics look like, ticker's the same. Everything else has been redone and re-updated. There's still a lot of features left to add, so if you want to check that out, we were at Fontana on Saturday. That was a fun race to watch. Go ahead and check that out. Robert Hill Jr. in the 38, he's side by side with the 42. These guys are not done fighting yet.
Yeah, they're definitely not done. They got Kevin Finn right up the road as well. And continue to go side by side as they get very close to each other on the straightaway.
Whoa. Fisher backed out. Got some right side damage to that truck. He's going to clear the 38.
Oh, just barely though. And Hall actually has to back out just a little bit to give some breathing room.
Cogswell's a lap down. I think Richard Hinds is on the cusp of going a lap down. See that yellow 54 in the background?
He's coming. Just under a third of the way. A single caution. Green.
We've had one lead change so far. I think at this point, Chuck Sweeting has led 35 of the 46 laps. Gruenberg has led the other 10. He's gained 8 spots from the start, and this is why he's leading the points by the margin that he is. He's just that good. Ronnie Thomas in the 81 has hit pit lane. Maybe a scheduled stop for him?
Yeah, I think so. This seems more or less about right. I think these guys should be able to do this on 2 stops from the looks of it.
2-stop strategy for the 81, on and off. He is gone.
Yeah, doing an undercut. We'll see when does everyone else decide to peel off on a pit road.
Gruenberg, Sweeting, your top 2. Then it's Levi Zielinski in 3rd place. He just needs a solid run to get the confidence back in that team. He hasn't been on the Cup side in a couple weeks. He's had a fill-in driver, Robert Hill Jr., the last few weeks. Got Sour Patch Kids on this car. That's a really satisfying looking paint scheme as well. I just thought Sour Patch Kids was a little creepy, though.
Well, like just the concept of it?
Well, you're eating sour children.
I always love the commercials. I feel like they're not as prominent in the commercials as they used to be. We used to see a lot of those commercials as a kid.
You know what the commercials always bothered me is the Airhead commercials. I don't know why, but those always drove me crazy.
You know what that also reminds you of the Capri Sun ones?
Oh, God.
Yeah, when they would like step on the thing, they would blow it up.
Bad childhood memories. Bad childhood memories. All right, let's see what else is going on. Corey Lindsay hits pit lane in the 0-0. One of the playoff drivers as well comes on down. Third of the way through this race as Matt Gruenberg makes his way down the back straight.
I can definitely see some guys coming off onto pit road now. We'll see if guys do decide to stay out just a little bit longer. Nope, here comes Gruenberg. And also Chuck Sweeting.
Yeah, Chuck Sweeting's going to try to gain as much time as he can. Going to charge the entry.
And also Levi Zielinski.
The top three are all in pit lane at once.
Same close.
Okay,
also everyone else.
Here comes the field.
Yeah, on cue, lap 50. Everyone's coming in.
And both Sweeting and Gruenberg are having really dodgy internet connections tonight. And I think Chuck's might.
Sweeting's has been dropping for a lot longer.
Yeah, he's not coming back from this. This is concerning. And it seems like, because I know Chuck sometimes has to go for emergencies, but even when he's running well, he gets taken out.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I just wanted to not have a problem just to run well, because it's been a bit of a struggle for him this year.
He's gone. Chuck Sweeting out of the server. Damn. Disconnection.
That's really unfortunate after running in second. It really sucks. It's not been his best year across both series. Only one win this entire year.
Dave Hunt, Kevin Finn, they lead, but now they're going to peel off. At least Dave Hunt will. So Kevin Finn, he's going to overtake the 53 and then peel off on a pit lane. How about that?
That's an alpha move right there.
I guess so. Ausin Darbyshire will take over the lead. Scratch that. Robert Hill Jr. will overtake the lead for now. 53 laps into this race, no cautions. Only a couple lead changes. Only one of them under green flag normal conditions.
Here comes Robert Hill Jr. for his pit stop. Leaving Darbyshire, Cogswell, and actually just those two drivers out.
Yeah, they're just trying to hope for a yellow at this point. Cogswell especially, because he was a lap down prior to the pit stop sequence.
He will continue on for another lap.
So Chuck Sweeting officially out. I'm going to just double check real quick. And manually disconnected.
Yeah, that's interesting. So didn't have to go.
It could have been a situation where he definitely dropped internet-wise. I think he gave up before the server kicked him out, just because he knew it wasn't going to come back. So either way, not great for the 26 of Sweeting. So Darbyshire actually leads the race right now, but he's going to have to pit eventually here. And Cogswell is up in second.
You see a big group of guys in behind Cody McCorkle.
And McCorkle running sixth right now. Is that Johnny Thomas? Oh, yes, and Justin Colbin more. This is all for position right now.
Yeah, and McCorkle actually is a lap down when they were running, so he's going to go back a lap down. So you can see he's on older tires than everyone else on new fresh rubber and taking advantage of that.
Johnny Thomas is able to leapfrog a couple cars. Ooh, McCorkle got in the wall. He's slow down the back straightaway. There he goes again. Scrapes the fence.
It's really struggling with his tires. He probably should come in now. We'll stay out another lap.
Darbyshire hits pit lane. Cogswell stays out another lap. But here comes Gruenberg way up the racetrack, and this is going to be the pass for the lead. Now Cogswell is kind of stuck. Yeah, no caution. He's going to have to come now.
Yeah, he's coming in right now into the pits to make his first stop of the night. Everyone else will continue on the rubber that they had. But
lots of lap traffic for the leader.
Yeah.
This is going to be one of those races where we have like 5 cars.
Oh,
the 14 drifting, sliding in front of the leader. Gruenberg overtakes it. Wow. Was that a spectacular shot or what?
Yeah, that was. Those means there wasn't a caution there.
Holy cow. I want to watch that again.
I was going to say, you're actually looking at me.
I wasn't even watching. But the 3 gets into the back of the 14, and watch this slide out of control. This is some Kyle Busch-esque stuff right here. Look at that.
Talking about the banking catching the truck.
I think the 14 caught that one. The banking helped for sure, though. I think back up live. Well, I guess for the 14, you're going to need a change of 4 tires and some underwear, I think, next time through.
Gruenberg's continuing to work through some traffic. Thomas is outside. He's going to go 3 wide for a second there. Thomas is going to have to back out.
Not just some traffic. These are top 5 cars that he's putting the lap down already. We're 60 laps in this 150 lap race, and we've got 4 cars on the lead lap. Levi Zielinski.
Yeah, had some trouble
penalty
down
maybe?
the order.
Yeah, 27. Oh, behind him.
Boy.
That was the 66 in the fence. Levi Zielinski had an issue on pit lane, and Darbyshire just smacked the wall on a turn 2.
I think Zielinski's had to come down a second time. Darbyshire pounded the wall off at turn number 2.
Yeah, did Zielinski come down? He did come down twice.
Yeah,
So I'm not sure if there was a penalty involved or something, but you just can't have a single race go right. Struggling. Sam Close, Tate Lytle for second. This is a good battle. Happening 7 seconds behind Matt Gruenberg.
Looking at the points, just to bring it up for a second, Derbyshire is competing with Robert Hill Jr. for that, what should be second place spot, and they're only separated by 1 point, so Hill should overtake Derbyshire for second place in the points once it's all over, especially with Derbyshire having a lot of damage to his truck.
I can't get over this. This driver, Matt Gruenberg.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but 63 laps into the race, leading it by 8 seconds with 3 trucks on the lead lap, that is, I mean, I know it would sound like a broken record. It's impressive. But, I mean, this is domination on a level that I just haven't seen before.
Yeah, across both series, he has 13 wins this between both series this season. He's done a fantastic job. I'm trying to figure out, do the math on that, what that is percentage-wise.
It's a lot, probably. Well, he's still running the best laps on the racetrack by 0.2 of a second. How about the 81? This has got pretty dicey off turn 2. This is a fight for 5th.
You guys been doing a good job giving each other some room, though, I have to say. It hasn't been a whole lot of
I love this
truck-to-truck car contact. Yeah, I mean, this is really why this should be on the schedule. It's some really fun racing.
25 goes on. It's just comers and goers. If you're going to be fast, it's going to tear your stuff up unless you're Matt Gruenberg. 25 slow off of 2. That'll let Thomas get right back to the rear bumper. Can't do much with it. He'll tuck in line. Tate Lytle trying to close in on Sam Close. He's been a touch quicker.
And actually, looking at, actually did the math. So yeah, so Gruenberg's won almost 25%. A little over 25% of all the 3-wide races this year between the truck and the Cup Series.
Wow. It's impressive. Kolb and Thomas continue their fight for 6th place. Closing in on the 2/3 mark in about 8 laps. Sam Close and Lytle. This is going to be a pass here shortly. Lytle, again, a little practice, as he mentioned. He's running really strong. You see the 5 just doesn't have any side grip, lateral grip entering the corner.
Lytle about to take 2nd place away.
Is there a track map for this track? Oh, there is. Good to know.
Yeah, actually, if you bring that track map back up, it really does look like Atlanta. Oh,
wrong track map. It does look like Atlanta. It looks like it's like Atlanta and Richmond together.
Yeah.
And Bristol, like I said earlier. 9/10 of a mile, kind of an interesting sized racetrack for this layout. But it's close enough to a short track where the 54 is running away. I don't know what it is, but last season when the 54 entered every short track race he was good at, and then we got to this season, it was not only the short tracks, but it was also the speedways. His internet was half as good as he was.
It's gotten really bad now.
Yeah.
It doesn't completely go.
So, interestingly, okay. Nothing, I was just taking a look at something. Johnny Thomas drops back his spot to Robert Hill Jr. Tries to cross over on exit. Reigning truck champion. Some really good midfield battles in this race. Now for 2nd place, Tate Lytle and Sam Close.
Yeah, Lytle to the inside. You see Close up the top. I think he's trying to get a run off the corner, but he can't compete with the grip that 56 has at the moment.
Backfires off the cars. Now they get into the corner. You climb the banking. Stories from the bottom to the top. Bumps all over. A very irregularly shaped. I don't even know how they came across. How they even make this track straightaway wise. Like, did someone like screw up when they drew it? I mean, it's great, but it's weird looking.
Yeah, it really is kind of weird. It almost looks like they might have been trying to avoid something. I don't know when they were
like a gas pipe or something.
Yeah, 'cause it really is weird. I mean, you can tell even by the grass too. It's just not symmetrical.
That's my point. Is you know, if you're drawing this, you know, this it just takes a left. I'm just, you know.
That would be an interesting front straightaway. What you drew.
Well, I'm just saying this whole area makes sense. This part does not. Oh, the sun came out right here.
Yeah, there's the other track that's right behind it. I completely forgot about that one.
You mean this one?
I don't know if you're trying to do an arrow or circle it.
Where's Matt Gruenberg?
He is
Waiting.
There.
The exit of turn 2, right here. Right here. I'm gonna just follow him.
Oh, God, I'm too much fun with these new tools.
Hey, I'm just trying things out. Don't fault me for trying, all right? Anyway, let's head back down to the racetrack, see what's going on instead of fooling around.
Oh, yeah, no, that wasn't. But yeah, the sun's out dramatically.
It's really out.
Yeah.
I told you it was out. And it is very out. It's really bright out here. It's like they're...
Actually, we want to pull up the... I know it's not going to probably change a whole lot. It's going to take a little while, but it's at 74 degrees now.
Yeah, it was really cool. And now it's going to heat up if it stays this way. As Gruenberg keeps flashing out at the front of the field, Tate Lytle gets around Johnny Thomas. We now have 3 cars on the lead lap. This is starting to look a lot like Atlanta a couple weeks ago. We'll have a sneaking suspicion we're going to be more than...
I mean, honestly, at the rate he's going at, he might be able to lap the field. I mean, we're just past halfway.
I mean, that would be impressive.
Yeah, and he's almost put Lyle and Close about half a lap behind him, so might be able to do it.
Whoa, the Johnny Thomas car sideways out of turn 2. What a drive he had to save that. He's really losing a lot of time. Yeah. I don't know what's up with this 81, but here is a slip and slide off turn 2, right on board. Watch his hands. Woo! And hear the wheels spinning. Gathers and collects it, but he slipped to 10th. This is really not going the direction he wanted.
Yeah, definitely isn't. Currently running in 6th place, actually tied for 6th with Corey Lindsay.
And Corey Lindsay passing him for 10th right there.
Yeah, so that is passing, that's the tiebreaker right there.
Matt Gruenberg leads this race by 11.2 seconds over Tate Lytle and Sam Close. And what I really enjoy is that his last lap time, because of it was recorded as 9.6 seconds because of his internet issues.
I mean, honestly, the way he's running
it looks like he's running 9.6 second laps. For 6th, Justin Kolb, Robert Hill Jr. I don't know the history behind this place. I just know it's got a funky looking front straight.
I don't know much about it either. I knew this track existed, but yeah, because when I got into NASCAR, this track was taken off the schedules, and no one really mentioned it much after it for a while.
Race Clark and Dave Hunt. This is for 8th. Oh wow, Race Clark really drove. You see the tire marks he left? Wow, a lot of glare off that rear panel there, and drove it off into the corner, couldn't hang. And this is why I love this track, is because you can overdrive it easily. You have to be perfect around here to be fast. And the 3 car dove off in there, gained a lot of entry, but lost it all on exit. It's fun to watch. Oh, see the 3 bobbling again. He's driving in really hard, trying to gain ground on entry, but even with the banking, this setup is partially to blame, but you can't lean on the right rear tire a whole lot at this place. 6th place, Colbin Hill. On board the gyro cam again. It's been fun to watch how bumpy it is. A lot of G-forces here as well. The direction changes in the banking are so abrupt. It's a lot like Dover in that regard, actually.
Yeah.
It's like Dover, Atlanta, and Bristol had a baby.
A lot of parents.
Don't question opinion. Lap 83 of 150, about 26 minutes of racing left. Gruenberg leads by 12.2 seconds over Lytle, then it's another 1.7 back to close, and everyone else is a lap or more down. If you took the front 3 out of this race, it'd be very
actually, even two, I mean, people at home can't see this, but our timing showing that Jeffrey Fisher is 17.8 seconds behind Sam Close.
Yeah, I mean, there's a big gap between the top 3 and everybody else.
Actually, Matt Gruenberg started putting two laps down. He's going to put Cogswell and I think a few others. He's starting to get to them.
You want to jump back to that 42 fight, though. This is for position. Kevin Finn will get on through. I think once we have another green flag pit stop sequence, we might see the 54 finish off everybody.
Should I be expecting pit stops next bunch of them in the next 15 laps? Been amazed that we haven't had a single caution.
No cautions,
I
yeah.
always thought that we'd had at least one by now, but these guys kept it very clean.
Absolutely. This is coming off of a race at Martinsville last week that was anything but.
And it's not an easy track to drive through, too, and we've seen a few guys get loose, but they've been able to save it and continue onwards.
I'm starting to doubt we're going to see any cautions.
Yeah, no, I really don't think we are at this point.
Of course, we're probably going to change. What is this 25 truck?
I don't know what he's throwing stuff on there.
It's probably been like this all season. This is the first time I've noticed.
It has been. Yeah, but yeah,
first time I've like looked at it and been like, what is going on, you know?
I've seen it when I was over the summer, but I thought like that was maybe his just normal like truck, but it's his actual 3WideRacing truck.
Smiley face on the side of the 25. I love this. I'm keeping this feature. I don't care what anybody says. All right, 13 seconds. Now, Matt Gruenberg almost has a half a lap lead. Let's take a look real quick. This is where the 54 is. He's in turn 4. Tate Lytle is exiting turn 2 right now.
He is over half a lap behind, just a little bit over, and Samco is also dropping. He's 15 seconds behind.
Then 18 seconds behind Close is Kevin Finn, who's 4th. This has just been a very interesting race to watch. It's been entertaining in the mid-pack. Some great racing throughout. But, oh, the 12 car. He's just been struggling tonight. This has not been his evening.
The last car running on the track. He's 16th, 3 laps down. So, yeah, it's been a struggle for McCorkle.
I will say, I really love how this truck looks. The number, delivery. Oh, my goodness. He's just... This is not the 12's favorite track right now, I can tell you that. Rusty Caple's also out of the race. Didn't see what happened to him, but he's now 52 laps down out of the race. He left before Chuck Sweeting. And behind that's Justin Cole in the 25, and that is Tate Lytle, who has scored in 2nd. And we should be expecting pit stops here shortly. About 10 laps away from seeing the sequence begin.
Yeah, if we see caution happen during the sequence, that could be a fairly big shake-up. I imagine a lot of the guys that are a lap down, they might try to just stay out and pit past the 54 in case a caution does come out.
Whoa! Oh, the 12 in the fence again. We're getting to the point, though, where even if there is a caution, even with Matt Gruenberg just pit, they're going to be on the same lap as Gruenberg. This 12 car. He's not sending the Rockingham officials a Christmas card this year, I don't think.
I think they're gonna,
oh, no, the 25 out of control on the apron. He saves it.
Wow.
We stay green. Scary moment for the...
He's really lucky there's an apron there and not
I'm
just
not going to pull away yet. This is getting dramatic. There's Dave Hunt. The 6 is Zielinski. All these guys are on different laps, too.
I think Rockingham's gonna send a bill to McCorkle for
knocking down the safer barrier. They just installed it a couple years ago.
He's hit it almost everywhere else.
The paint guy's gonna send him a bill. I'll tell you that.
That's one thing I wish iRacing really had. The fact that when you hit the wall, you can paint.
That'd be cool. The whole racetrack would look black, like Bristol, with the 12 car right now. Zielinski trying to just recover from his double pit stop earlier in the night. That 25 is off the pace. He's got that truck big time damage. He's losing time to a second a lap. There's something majorly wrong. And I think the problem is there's so much banking that this track really requests a specific setup. And if you knock out the suspension in any way, shape, or form, it's going to be a miserable night for you.
You can see the damage to the right front of that car, so that's not doing him any favors.
Where's Matt Gruenberg? Drew turns 1 and 2, right? 3 and 4.
Yeah, and Sam Cole, he's only 6 seconds away from going a lap down.
This is insane.
Yeah, I really kind of do want it to lap the field.
Cole again in the fence. It's like Darlington. Yeah, the 25's in trouble. It's like Darlington. Once you hit the wall once, it's just over and over and over again. If you can avoid the wall and until the end of the race, you're good. If you hit it, you start getting sucked into it. The 25 at Cole will pit for crash damage on lap number 96. Well, for him, it'd be lap number 98. Into the box. That might be it. That's it for the 25. A frustrating night for Kolb after having a promising run early. The 81 of Johnny Thomas has also surprised me. He's 2 laps down now. He started up inside the top 5. I would have thought he'd have a better run than this, but right now, in 10th, not an amazing run for the playoff driver, previous champion.
Levi Zielinski down on pit road. It's been a long night for him. Oh.
No.
He's actually not down on pit road. I thought he
Not
was.
on pit road at all. He was actually crashed out of turn 4, slipped. Big hit right here. Left rear quarter panel, left front fender. That's certainly not going to help. This racetrack is just beating the dead horse. Every time you get a little bit of damage, it just comes down with the band hammer and says, you're done. It takes you out to the inside of the 81. Slides up in front of the exit at turn 2. No other immediate battles happening at the moment. Richard Hinds and Darbyshire probably the closest right now for 11th. $50 laps to go this time by for Matt Gruenberg. 51 for everybody else.
Imagine Gruenberg's also going to make his pit stop on this lap.
I'm really excited for tomorrow.
Oh, for the Cup Series, yeah.
I want to see how this pans out. Tate Lytle down to pit lane, hopefully trying to gain something on the 54. I don't know if it's going to help a whole lot.
I think it's. I think he's just trying to. If anything, he's going to try to make sure that Gruenberg doesn't put him a lap down.
And Gruenberg hits pit lane.
And a good amount of the field is starting to make their pit stop, which should be their final stop of the night.
59 laps led of the 101 so far. 39 laps were led by Chuck Sweeting, who had to leave this evening, and he'll finish 17th. Strong run for the 26. Ends early tonight. Sam Close has the lead for a moment. He'll lead a couple more laps before he turns it over.
I'm sure he just wants to get maybe a lap led for it tonight.
And he will record one this time through. It says we've had 9 lead changes. Mostly on a green flag pit stop sequence.
Yeah.
Really 2 long-term leaders. Those being, of course, the 26 and the 54.
Whereas led nearly every lap until just now. Close took the lead, but he will surrender the lead, come down onto pit road.
Now we see where everyone pans out. How much of a lead will the 54 have? He's stuck behind 38. We'll go over to the outside lane now.
Funny thing, a lot of guys around Gruenberg, he's running in 3rd. They have not yet pit, so that just kind of gives you an idea of how far ahead he is compared to everyone else.
And internet's still not there for him. A 2.4 second lap. Wow. Right in front, that's Tanner Sharp. No, excuse me, Race Clark in 3. I'm getting my series mixed up.
Imagine a car going around here in 2 seconds. What kind of speed and downforce you need?
I can tell you how to stop a car in 2.4 seconds. You just run it into the wall. You can stop it in a lot less than 2.5 seconds, actually.
Oh god, Gruenberg just threw it in there really far.
You know, the ultimate irony would be if he lapped the entire field and then lost internet connection. That would just be
weird, really weird.
That would end the crazy week that NASCAR's had if that happened right here, right now. Or if the remainder of the birds that crashed into the Hall of Fame would just come down and go right into his engine intake.
That would be a really weird situation, because that would mean that the... or even worse, he took the white flag and then lost connection.
You know, that wouldn't be fun. Race Clark, does he have a fuel? No,
Might just go on a line. Yeah.
All right, so now we've shaken everybody back up. Tate Lytle is 15 seconds back. Sam Close will be more than that, so 2nd and 3rd have traded places. Is that accurate? Yeah. How did that happen? Wasn't Lytle 3rd before?
No, he passed. That's a while back.
All right, maybe I'm just going crazy. Well, unfortunately for Gruenberg, I don't think he's going to be able to lap these last 2 guys unless something drastic happens.
No, he's gonna lap these last 2 guys.
Is he?
He's 1.8 seconds behind Sam Close. Yeah.
Well, Sam Close, but maybe not Lytle.
Oh yeah, Lytle I think is gonna be a bit of a long shot, but he'll get close. I think he'll get the gap for Lytle. He might drop to 20 seconds. I don't think he might be a little bit too.
So here's Lytle and Oh, you know what? He might get there.
I was gonna say he might. He's gonna really have to push, but.
Well, how much quicker? It was over a tenth quicker than Lytle last time by. If he can maintain that, he might get there. Zielinski and whoa! Whoa! To the 12 car up on his side in turn 1, bounces off, and Zielinski's going to crash out of turn 4 and into the fence. Do we get the yellow?
We somehow do not. Although Zielinski is on the entrance of pit road, he will escape.
Wow!
Out. No caution.
That was a wreck. Zielinski and the 12 of McCorkle tangle. How did that?
McCorkle riding the wall.
So Jeffrey Fisher to the inside. Did he trigger? Nope, he wasn't even near him. The 12 car ran into the wall, then the 6 squeezed him. There really wasn't even a whole lot of contact between those two, to be honest. At 81, and Johnny Thomas slammed the brakes.
Whoa.
Look at Robert Hill Jr. slide on by. But how about this? Watch this view.
Shades of Lightning McQueen.
Wow. Ka-chow. Yeah, so that's not going so
It's
good.
one way to get around the track.
Yeah, well. So, I think McCorkle was tired of painting the walls black, so he wanted to paint it silver at the bottom of the car.
Now they're definitely going to find him.
He's still running. 13th. Wow. Surprised the left side door isn't sheared off from grinding it on the pavement. Corey Lindsay and Race Clark, this is a teammate battle for ninth.
Both these guys, sorry, 2 laps down. Both these guys racing for 9th.
Cogswell and I think Robert Hill Jr. are side-by-side, traded spots. Hill to 6th, Cogswell to 7th, and here comes the 5 of Sam Close, who's currently scored in 3rd. And look who's coming.
And you see Gruenberg putting Cogswell 2 laps down.
So again, I'm going to update where Tate Lytle is. So here's the leader. That's 3rd place Sam Close, and Tate Lytle is entering turn 3.
He's about a straightaway in front of Gruenberg, which is really not a whole lot.
Running out of time, though, 14 and a half minutes. Will Gruenberg's connection hang on? Can Lytle or Close maintain their lead lap status and be the only drivers to stay on the lead lap?
I'm sure when we interview Gruenberg, he's going to be disappointed that he couldn't lap everyone.
He was disappointed in Atlanta when he didn't do it. He's like, I was just trying to get those last 2. Well, he's got an opportunity to get at least one of those last 2.
I don't think we've done a race where everyone has been a lap down. We've gotten close with like 2, or just second place not being a lap down. But I don't, from my memory, I
The
don't
only
think
one that might have been that way is Peter Short at Lime Rock last year, but I could be wrong about that. If you want to take, if you can find those results. I know that's looking back a ways, but
That's enough.
I could have sworn. I think Peter Short maybe had one other driver on the lead lap there. Sun's back out. Track temp has not really shifted a whole lot. "35 laps to go at Rockingham." Again, there's only 2 races remaining in the season after this. It's Knoxville next week, a dirt track. Then we head to Homestead to close out the season. Gruenberg walks in with a massive lead over the 15 car, who is not here tonight. Cogswell hits pit lane from 10th in the number 27 car.
Yeah, unscheduled stop for him.
So Matt Gruenberg has officially lapped everybody but second place Tate Lytle. He's going to have just over 30 laps to make up about 8 seconds or so. And at the rate he's going, he will get there. I'm not going to lie, I'm kind of rooting for him.
I am too. Oh yeah,
Did he actually do it?
He almost did.
It was 1 car, right?
He lapped everyone but Luis
Amasso.
Amasso.
Okay.
Yeah, but look at the interval and then look at the fastest lap. Give you an idea.
It was, yeah, so back at Lime Rock last year, Peter Short won a race where he lapped every single driver except Luis Almasso.
And he
was
almost
only
did.
a second, not even a second away from lapping the last car.
I
So
would say he's probably a second or 2 away.
I
Probably at that
think
point,
this
but-
will be the first time in 3WideRacing League history, at least on SimTV, where a driver has lapped every single car.
Could be.
Could be. But the last time by, he ran 3/10 faster than Lytle, so I think it will be.
Kind of I'm sure Lytle's going to try to deny him that pleasure, but we'll see. We'll see how that plays out.
Hinds and Darbyshire, this is a battle for position for 10th.
A fairly quiet night for Richard Hinds.
Yeah, just really kept it out of the fence, kept it out of other drivers, had a good night.
Actually, I don't think he really kept it out of the fence.
Okay, well, he did
some damage, but
more out of the fence than the 12 car.
yeah.
So,
I don't think anyone could
I'm not picking on him. I'm just saying
yeah,
it's.
I don't think.
He's gonna be mad at me for that,
after
but-
riding the wall, I don't think you could really deny that.
I mean, whoa. Side by side for 10th, Darbyshire. I just love watching these trucks battle on this banking.
Why did they stop going back there? Was it just not?
Because SMI wanted another date, and so SMI bought this track and then moved. I think a second Texas date was, I think, what the reaction was.
For the
Basically,
truck?
they wanted.
So they did the exact same thing what they did in Wilkesboro.
Pretty sure. I'm
Yeah.
I don't know if
'Cause-
that's true, but someone
it-
will correct us here.
Yeah, because that's exactly what happened in Wilkesboro. They gave Texas that's when Texas first built.
I don't know. Maybe,
gave-
I can remember. I could be mixing. Someone is going to correct me, but I'm fairly
I
certain
mean, I wouldn't be too surprised.
that they bought Rockingham. They bought Memphis. They're bought Nazareth for sure.
Oh! The 3 just hit the wall.
Oh.
Grace Clark.
Oh man. Still no caution with not 25 laps to go. And so Matt Gruenberg's mission is still on. I'm actually just I'm not biased or anything, but I just really wanted to do this.
I'm with you, Jay. I just want to see it.
And
This was just got loose on the street. Interesting.
that
Or lost.
hardware failure maybe, but
Yeah.
mistake, at least. Race
me.
Clark done for the night.
Yeah.
18.4 seconds. He's got about 4 seconds.
6 seconds.
6 seconds. Where's Tate Lytle on the racetrack? We'll find out here in a moment. So, back straightaway. There is Tate Lytle exiting turn 2 right now. And there's Matt Gruenberg right here.
Or he's coming.
Oh, there is a bit of a gaggle in front of him. This is for position.
Oh, Darbyshire. Whoa.
Woo!
That's his teammate there, too.
So Gruenberg will drop down to the bottom of the racetrack
Man,
now.
just threw it into the corner. He's really pushing.
Well, he's got a little extra motivation. I mean, this would be cool. I mean, regardless of what everyone else thinks about this kind of domination, this is a feat and a show at the very least. Levi Zielinski's pulled off in the number 6. That was about 20 laps ago. Okay, we got some clarification. That was right.
They both shared a similar fate.
Yeah. Basically, SMI is the devil.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
I'm not.
I mean, kind of. I don't understand businesses enough to know who's evil and who's not.
I do think ISC's got the better tracks.
They do, but they're also NASCAR. Now they're NASCAR, so they kind of have first pick. They also built most of them. The 66 scraped the wall out of turn 2. No more drama there. Gruenberg's still running in the 29s. He just has not been dropping off like everyone else does in lap time over the course of the run. Still 0.2 a lap faster. I just don't know.
Yeah, I don't think it's enough. I don't think it's enough.
It's
He's
gaining. He's gaining.
Cool. I think it's gonna be similar to some else. He's gonna get to like 2-3 seconds behind, and I think that's about it.
He's gonna need a little bit of help.
He
Lytle-
needs to wish that Lytle makes a mistake, which I don't think Lytle has.
Well, remember, Lytle said before that he didn't get a whole lot of practice, but he's also running second. He's the only other car that's withstood the grasp of the front bumper of the 54 tonight. So you see that yellow car off in the mirror. You can see it on the back straightaway. You might see it for a glimpse here on the front straight. But he's coming. 19.2. I mean, it's still 2.3 a lap. 20 to go. If he keeps closing at this rate, he's going to get at least close.
Speaking of close, Sam Close is running in the 30s.
There
Kind
he
of
is.
in no man's land.
Really hasn't lost a lot of time to the 54. I mean, you can still see him.
He's 7 seconds behind Lytle and then 17 seconds ahead of Kevin Finn, so he's kind of stuck in third with no way to go forward or backwards, really. I mean, I guess he can't go backwards, but it's a long way back.
So I guess this is probably a good situation to show this. So we're talking about the banking earlier. I said we didn't really get it. It's hard to kind of tell the difference in the banking. But so this is the the camera's tilted. So this is the apron, which is relatively flat, and then this is the angle of the racetrack. That's a lot of banking for. I mean, it's pretty close. It's a lot of banking for a short track, Vinny. I mean, it's a pretty heavy angle. It certainly looks a lot more in the race car than it does from any track side.
If you're at home, take your protractor out and put it to the screen, measure the angle. Actually, let me check all the things.
Yeah, I don't know if the degree number will be extremely high, but it seems high for the construction of the racetrack. It's gonna be like 20 something, 26 or something like that. Banking.
22 and 25.
That really doesn't seem like a lot to me.
Straightaways are 8 degrees.
I call BS. It's higher than Talladega. So Tate Lytle is now 20 seconds back with 17 to go. He's lost. Oh, last time by they were almost dead even.
Ooh.
He got in the wall out of 2 though.
Trying to hit the wall. I think he's pushing to make sure that Gruenberg doesn't get to him.
You know, this is an ultimate battle because it's first and second, but there's a lap separating them.
Yeah. it switched because Lytle's trying to get away from him even though he's in second. Yeah, you can actually start to see. This is what I kind of like with the sticker when it does that.
Oh, it like fluctuates?
Yeah. I wish it showed maybe like a plus or something instead of 2 negatives.
It's not supposed to do that. It's a glitch.
Yeah. It's a nice glitch though.
It is a convenient glitch,
Yeah,
isn't it?
so-
it shouldn't even be doing that. I have no idea why it's doing that. I think when it gets in a certain threshold, it probably confuses which car is which. That's really the issue.
So you see that gap about 3 seconds.
And
I think he might actually.
well, it's only a 10th a lap now. He's not gaining quite as much as he was before.
Yeah, but Lytle's starting to hit the wall, and he's only going to get worse from here on out. So
Yeah, that's true. Oh, Gruenberg had to lift for Lindsay. Come on, dude. Let's get there. Go get him.
I think actually, yeah. So now is that Lytle up ahead of him, or is that a first?
It's the 14 of Finn, and then it's Lytle.
Okay.
20.8.
3.5 seconds with 13 laps to go.
And actually, the gap grew that time as Lytle managed to escape just a little bit out of the grasp. I think Gruenberg would want this to be a 200-lap race so he can complete this feat.
Yeah, it was 200. He would have easily
Again,
done it.
no one on the history of SimTV has ever won a race by an entire lap over the rest of the field. Gruenberg's about to do that. If he can get there. But I don't know. He's running out of time. It's only 4 minutes left. It was a 2/10 difference last time. It's gonna come down to the wire, if anything. Do you think Gruenberg lays the bumper?
Part of me would be really, really annoyed and not okay with that, but at the same time, I also kind of want him to do it. There's the gap now in the same frame.
10 laps. That time by, they were almost dead even. 24.245 to 24.257.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna get there. It's gonna be close. It's gonna be like a second or two short. I think he's gonna probably wish this was 170 laps.
So Tate Lytle into 56, running in second, 21 seconds behind the leader. It's about 3 seconds back to Matt Gruenberg, but Matt Gruenberg's gonna basically run 2 to 3 tenths a lap faster right now to make this happen.
Yeah, just look at the rest of the order. He's put Robert Hill, who's in 5th place. He's put 5th place 2 laps down.
There's only top 7 within 2 laps of the leader.
And then, I was gonna say Lindsay, Hinds, and Darbyshire have 3 laps down. Cogswell 4.
I mean, this is insane. Eight to go.
2 seconds.
9 for Lytle. I don't think he's got the time.
He's gonna get to a second.
He's so close.
Yeah, Lytle is gonna have to make a mistake, like a severe mistake, for him to give it up at this point.
Caution free race at Rockingham. 7 laps to go. Gruenberg trying to do a feat that no one has accomplished before on this network. That is lap every single driver in the field. He's got to make up 2 seconds, maybe even 3, within 6 laps. He's driving in deep. Now Lytle's got some traffic to deal with.
But I just find the funny thing is that he has absolutely no reason to push other than to do this.
Yeah, it's 7.8 back to Sam Close for 3rd, so really Lytle's not having to push either. Lytle's actually had pretty extraordinary pace. He's found something. Now, if they were on the lead lap together, this would be a bit closer. 5 laps to go for Matt Gruenberg. Just under 5 miles. Lytle's in the wall at a 2.
But not enough.
Is it going to hurt him, though? We've seen drivers, when they hit the wall, how much they slow down. It's got to be a pretty big deficit, but look at understeer through 3 and 4, pushing and plowing.
He's going to be definitely slower, but I think he's going to really need to tank slap it.
Cody McCorkle in the 12, 4 to go.
Still got 14 and Kevin Finn up the road, and then even McCorkle past that.
It's going to be about a 1.5 second gap by the time the race is over. The 56 gets on by the 12 cleanly. 5 to go for him. Or 4, rather. 3 to go for Gruenberg. And Lytle was right back on pace that time.
So close. So close.
Tate Lytle is going to be the only driver to outrun the lap down field. Matt Gruenberg has lapped every single driver in this field at least once.
Yeah, except for...
And all drivers except 3 twice. But Tate Lytle is going to escape him by just over 1.5 seconds.
Not over yet.
Gruenberg coming to the white flag this time by. 2 to go for Lytle. 1 more time for Matt Gruenberg. Can he send a Hail Mary? And maybe, he's in the wall.
Oh, he hit the wall now.
Not going to happen.
It's got to be some Hail Mary.
Tate Lytle will escape Gruenberg. And he'll be the only other driver, other than the winner, to finish on the lead lap tonight. But Matt Gruenberg, in an absolutely dominating fashion, comes out of turn 4, and without any question, will win at Rockingham. Lytle gets to go around a whole other time. I mean, won't say it was a nail-biter, Finian.
Yeah, it definitely was not a nail-biter. It was a nail-biter for a completely different reason. It was a nail-biter for first place chasing down second.
I mean,
Yeah, it's
pretty impressive, I will say that. There's not a whole lot, no drivers like him, that's for sure. Matt Gruenberg leading the points. Will celebrate in victory lane. And just a couple seconds shy of lapping the entire field. Maybe the switch to Toyota was a little good luck here, Finian.
I was going to say, that's why you should do it now.
TRD power. If that's not an advertisement, I don't know what is. And look at that burnout. He's gotten real good at those. Look at that. Wow. Caution, free race. Gruenberg to victory lane. We'll talk to him in just a moment. Stay with us. Welcome back live to Sim TV after a dominant race for the 54. We talk now with third place finisher Sam Close in the 3WideRacing number 5 Tundra. Sam, obviously the 54 was faster than everybody else out there tonight, but you still had a good run solidly inside the top 5, a third place result. Talk to us about Rockingham. It looks like a lot of fun to race this place.
Yeah, it's definitely fun. I think the fastest way was, pinned right down there on the bottom, and I just wasn't quite backing up the corners enough. I think Matt had it; he had it down perfectly. It was, kind of a weird balance. You had to glide it in there, and you get in the gas early if you did it right. But yeah, he was just the class of the field tonight. Other than maybe Chuck, who I feel bad for, seeing what happened to him. But it's nice to actually finish a race. Been struggling a little bit here lately, whether it's been hardware issues or driver issues or whatever is going on. So it's nice to get a podium.
Knoxville next week and then Homestead to close out the season. Your thoughts on those final 2 tracks? They're pretty different. How do you feel about your chances?
I like both of those tracks. I'd be happy if I can get back up into the top 5 in points for the season end here. But yeah, those are 2 really good tracks to finish on. Trucks have been fun all year. I almost like driving the trucks better than the Cup cars just because they still handle like a race car. So, yeah, I'm looking.
Sam Close, third place tonight in the number 5. Thanks for talking to us, Sam. We'll see you next week.
Thanks, guys.
Absolutely. Moving on now to Tate Lytle, the driver number 56. Give him an ice cream or a candy bar or whatever. That was an accomplishment tonight, Tate. He said he didn't have a whole lot of practice, but you were the only driver to stay on the lead lap other than the winner. How about that? Talk to us about tonight and the dominance of the 54.
I mean, I don't know if it's anything to brag about, but he was coming. I mean, you give another 5 laps, he's the only guy. I didn't get much practice, so that first run was kind of just practice, and then it just kind of fell into my hands for second. And then once I got by Sam, I was just kind of trying to roll the bottom and make sure I didn't make any big mistakes so I could finish on the lead lap, because I knew without a caution there was absolutely no chance I was getting to the 54. But I was making a joke earlier. I guess Handshot won earlier in the year in the trucks, but we had to give Gruenberg a Toyota for us to get another Toyota win. So how about that?
All right, I want to ask you, did you learn anything tonight that you can apply to tomorrow's race in the Cup Series, or are they too different to kind of recollect between the two?
I mean, your let-off point is going to be way different. But I couldn't tell you the last time I was even on this track, so it was just good to get some laps on the track and just kind of figure out where you need to be with it, because I did a couple laps just practice earlier in the week in the Cup car, but I mean, 20 laps compared to 150 laps is nothing.
All right, hey, well, congratulations for denying Matt Gruenberg. That would have been a record, by the way. I don't know if you remember this, but last season in the trucks, Peter Short lapped every single driver except for Luis Salmaso at Lime Rock Park, and Matt Gruenberg was about to do something that no one in 3Wide nor no one on Sim TV has ever done. You kept him from doing it. Congratulations.
Well, I'm glad I could be the dagger in his spine, I guess.
All right, Tate. Thanks for talking. We'll see you later, dude.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yep. Hey, Matt. Well, you're so fast, I was worried you would have been on Friday by now. But I mean, I was just we're just talking to Tate, and basically we told him that he stopped you from doing what no one in 3Wide nor on Sim TV has ever done, which is lap the entire field. The closest we've ever been is Peter Short lapping everyone but Luis Salmaso at Lime Rock last year. I mean, I don't care who you are, I don't care where you come from, but that is absolute dominance. I mean, what is it about this place, or just about tracks in general for you? Because this is Atlanta too. You just figure out something with these long races that just puts you out front and puts you lapping down cars. Is there a secret, or are you just that good?
I think the secret is to never stop giving it 100%. I think once you start trying to save your tires or manage your lead is when you kind of develop bad habits during the race, and you don't really go as fast as you can go whenever you're trying to get to the front. So I think setting new goals after you get to the front. I know once I got to, I think, 4th place that I lapped, it's like, well, I think I might have a shot of lapping the whole field here if we go green. And I came up just short, but I was definitely trying to get to tape. But it's always just a few more laps that I end up needing. But
2 more rounds left in the season. You lead the points by an ungodly margin. Knoxville next week, then Homestead after that. This season has certainly been fun for you, but your thoughts on the last 2 races and this year, 2019 as a whole?
Yeah, 2019's been a lot of fun. I've had a lot of fun racing with these guys each week. Starting from the back has been a challenge, and it's been a lot of fun. Passing trucks as well, and then cars on Monday nights. But yeah, I've had a lot of fun. These next 2 races will probably, start from the back. Since Chad didn't show up tonight, I'm kind of bummed that he wasn't here. I know the points lead was kind of large, but it would have been nice to see how we could have duked it out tonight. But yeah, we'll just have fun these next 2 races and see how it goes for next season.
All right, Matt Gruenberg, winner at Rockingham. We'll see you next week, bud. Thanks for talking. We'll see you later.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. All right, Finian, Rockingham done. We move on to Rockingham again tomorrow. But this time it'll be the Cup cars. Your thoughts on this race tonight?
Yeah, I mean, that man is terrifying behind a wheel of a stock car. He's done some incredible. He's won a little over 25% of all the 3-wide racing races tonight. Sorry, not tonight. This year, between the truck and the Cup Series, he's done incredible stuff, and he's even too. As I'm looking at the points here, he's on track to clinching the Truck Series standings before the end of next race. So he's pretty much 1 race ahead, at 50 points ahead of Robert Hill Jr. going to next week. So if he keeps that gap above 48 points by next week's end, he's gonna clinch the championship 1 race early. But it's a much different story in the Cup Series, as he's in a massive dogfight between himself and Chad Frankenfield, which we'll see, and that'll be entertaining to watch.
Race complete. We'll see you here tomorrow, 9:40 p.m. for the Cup cars at Rockingham. Thanks for watching. We'll see you later.